Hey, so can I ask you something a little strange today?
Sure, go for it.
Do you think you're really making the most of your time? Like every single day?
Wow, okay, straight to the deep questions. Honestly, probably not. I mean, I work, I eat, I scroll on my phone a lot. It's just my routine, you know?
Right, right. That's so normal though. But let me ask it a different way. If you had to guess, what percent of your day is spent on things that really matter to you?
Maybe 30%?
And the other 70%?
Oh no, things that don't really matter that much?
See, that's the tricky part. A lot of us live on autopilot. We fill our day with small distractions, and we don't even notice it happening.
Yeah, autopilot. That's a good word for it. Like your brain is just on cruise control.
Exactly. Autopilot means doing something automatically, without really thinking about it. Like when you drive the same road every day and suddenly you're home, but you don't remember the drive at all.
Oh my gosh, that happens to me all the time.
Okay, so here's a fact that kind of shook me. The average person has around 4,000 weeks in their whole life.
Wait, what? Only 4,000?
Yeah. And if someone is, say, 40 years old, they've already used more than half of those weeks.
Whoa, okay, that's a lot to think about this early in the episode.
I know. But that's why today we want to talk about time. Not just how to manage it, but how to really understand it. And hopefully by the end, you'll look at your day a little differently.
Okay, I'm ready. Where do we start?
So, have you ever noticed that time felt so much slower when we were kids? Like summer vacation felt like it lasted forever?
Oh, 100%. Now I wake up and think it's Monday, and then suddenly it's Friday. Like, where did the week go?
Right? There's actually a name for this. It's called the time perception paradox.
Time perception paradox. Okay, what does that mean exactly?
So, perception means the way we notice or understand something with our senses. And a paradox is something that seems strange or contradictory, but it's actually true.
Okay, so the way we understand time is strange?
Kind of, yeah. Basically, our brain measures time by how many new things it records. When we're kids, everything is new. New school, new friends, new places. So our brain pays full attention, and that makes time feel slower.
Oh, but as adults, everything is routine, so...
Exactly. Our brain stops recording all the little details. The days blend together, and boom, time feels like it's speeding up.
That actually makes so much sense. It's like when you drive to a new city for the first time, the trip feels really long.
Yes.
But after you've driven there like 10 times, it feels short, even though it's the same distance.
That's it exactly. So if you want time to feel slower, in a good way, you need to break your routine sometimes. Try a new hobby, take a different route home, do something a little spontaneous.
Spontaneous. That means doing something suddenly, without planning it first, right?
Yes, perfect. So actually, last month, I signed up for a dance class, a salsa class.
Wait, really? I need to see this.
I was so bad, honestly, but those 2 hours felt so fresh and exciting, it made that whole day feel longer somehow.
That's such a good example. Okay, can I bring up something else that shortens our time? I think about this a lot.
Go for it.
The idea of someday. Like, someday I'll start that project, or someday I'll learn guitar.
Oh, someday is dangerous. Someday rarely comes.
Right? It's like this comfortable couch of procrastination. It feels safe, but it's actually holding you back.
Procrastination, that's a great word to learn. It means delaying or putting off something you should be doing now.
Yes, we wait for the perfect time. More money, more energy, more motivation.
But newsflash, the perfect time doesn't exist.
It's like waiting for every traffic light on your street to turn green before you even leave the house.
Oh, I love that. If you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never start anything.
So what's the fix? Just start?
Pretty much. Replace someday with a real date, even something small, like I'll read 10 pages tonight, or I'll go for a 10-minute walk tomorrow morning.
Small steps. That's what builds momentum, right?
Exactly. Momentum means the energy or force that keeps something moving forward once it's already started.
Okay. Speaking of that, I think one of the biggest things that changed my life was learning to prioritize.
Ooh, tell me more.
So, prioritize means deciding what is most important and giving your time and energy to that first.
Right, because there's always something demanding our attention. Work emails, notifications.
And most of it feels urgent, but it's not actually important.
That's such a good distinction. Urgent versus important.
I came across something called the deathbed test. Have you heard of that?
Deathbed test? No, but it sounds intense.
It's actually simple. Imagine you're 90 years old, looking back at your whole life. Will you remember those extra hours you spent answering emails? Or will you remember the time with family, friends, doing what you love?
Whoa, okay, that really hits different.
Right? Once you know your real priorities, it's easier to focus. I actually follow something called the top 3 priorities rule.
What's that?
Every morning, I ask myself, what are the 3 most important things I need to do today? Those become my non-negotiables.
Non-negotiable, meaning something you absolutely will not skip or change.
Exactly. Everything else can wait.
I love that. And part of that is also learning to say no to time wasters, right?
Oh, don't even get me started. Social media is like a black hole for time. You go in for 5 minutes and suddenly an hour is gone.
A black hole, meaning something that just swallows everything and nothing comes back out.
Yes, exactly that. I actually turned off notifications for most of my social apps.
Did that help?
Honestly, it's been a game changer. Once I took back control of my time, I had so much more space for things that actually matter.
That's amazing. Which brings me to another lesson. Invest your time in experiences, not things.
Ooh, say more. So, I remember buying this expensive gadget once. I really thought I needed it. We've all been there.
It felt exciting for maybe 2 weeks, and then I barely touched it again. But you know what I still remember clearly? A road trip I took with friends 2 years ago.
Oh, that's so true. I spent a lot of money on a nice bag once, and now it just sits in my closet collecting dust.
Collecting dust, meaning it's not being used at all. It just sits there.
Exactly. But a cooking class I took with my mom last year, one of my favorite memories.
See, that's the beauty of experiences. They create stories, not just possessions.
I really love that line. Okay, here's something else. We treat time so differently than money, don't we?
What do you mean?
Like, we're so careful about saving money, but we give away our time without a second thought.
Oh, that's so true. We'd never throw cash into the trash, but we waste hours on things that don't matter.
And the crazy part? Time is actually more valuable than money, because you can never earn more of it.
There's a concept called time wealth. Have you heard of that one?
Time wealth. I think so. It means having control over your own schedule, right?
Exactly. It's not about being financially rich. It's about having the freedom to spend your time the way you actually want.
That's huge. Actually, I had a friend. She landed this amazing high-paying job, but it came with like 80-hour work weeks.
Oh, wow.
She made a lot of money, sure, but she had no time for her family, her hobbies, or even herself.
That's the trade-off, right? Sometimes earning more money means sacrificing valuable time.
Trade-off, meaning giving up one thing in order to get something else.
Right. And before you know it, you're too exhausted to even enjoy the money you earned.
So the goal shouldn't just be financial success. It should be time freedom.
I love that phrase, time freedom. The more control you have over your time, the more you can create the life you actually want.
It's like a blank canvas, right? The more space you have, the more you can paint.
Beautiful. Okay, can we talk about multitasking for a second?
Oh gosh, yes. I used to be so proud of my multitasking.
Same. I used to answer emails, cook dinner, and watch TV all at once.
And how did that go?
Burnt pasta and half-finished emails.
See? Multitasking means doing several things at the same time, but usually with less focus on each one.
Exactly. It's like juggling. Eventually, you drop everything.
But when you focus on just one thing at a time, single tasking, everything feels easier and more enjoyable.
Yes, like cooking one meal, fully present. You notice the chopping, the smell, the taste. It becomes calming instead of stressful.
I really need to try that more. Okay, here's a question. Have you ever kept a time log?
A time log? Like writing down how you spend your time?
Exactly that. I thought I had a good sense of my day, but when I tracked it for 1 week, I was shocked.
What did you find?
I spent way more time scrolling on my phone than I ever realized.
Wow. That's like tracking your expenses, but for time instead of money.
Exactly. You can't manage your time if you don't know where it's actually going.
That's such a simple but powerful idea. Okay, one more thing before we wrap up. Rest. Let's talk about rest.
Oh, I love this topic. So many people think rest is lazy or unproductive.
But it's actually the opposite, right?
Totally. Rest is a productivity booster, not a waste of time.
Booster, meaning something that increases or improves something else.
Right. It's like recharging your phone. Without rest, you'll eventually just crash.
I started putting downtime directly on my calendar, actually. Like a real appointment, just like a meeting.
Oh, that's smart. Downtime, meaning time to relax and do nothing productive at all.
Yes. And I've also learned that reflection matters just as much.
Reflection, meaning thinking back on your day, your choices?
Exactly. Just 10 minutes at the end of the day, asking, did I spend my time on what really matters?
That keeps you aligned with your real values, right? Instead of falling back into autopilot.
Exactly. And lastly, time buffers. Have you heard of this one?
Time buffers. Tell me.
So a buffer is extra space, usually to protect against something unexpected. I used to pack my schedule back to back with zero breathing room.
Oh, I know exactly what happens next. One traffic jam and your whole day falls apart.
Exactly. It's like stacking dominoes too close together. One little push and everything collapses.
So leaving some unscheduled time in your day actually gives you flexibility.
Right. Space to rest, to think, or just to be spontaneous. And that's honestly where some of the best moments happen.
I love that. So it's not about cramming as much as possible into your day.
No, it's about creating a life that actually feels balanced and meaningful.
So at the end of the day, it's not really about how much time we have.
It's about how we choose to use it.
If we focus on what truly matters, build in some buffers, and make room for real experiences, we can build a life we actually love.
Beautifully said. Okay, everyone, let's quickly recap what we talked about today.
Time feels like it speeds up when we live on autopilot, but breaking your routine can slow it back down.
Stop waiting for someday and focus on your top priorities instead of things that just feel urgent.
And remember, time is more valuable than money, so protect it. Rest well and always make space in your schedule.
I really hope this episode gave you something to think about today.
Try it yourself this week. Keep a small time log or add just 10 minutes of buffer time to your day.
And practice these new words we learned today in your own sentences. That's the best way to remember them.
Thank you all so much for listening today with English Talking Today.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, give us a like, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care of your time and take care of yourselves.
Bye for now.